For you, nation-state attacks, are you expecting a rise in those this year? And I know attribution is a very difficult thing, but are there some obvious kind of culprits potentially you see this year?
I think it's already happening. I think, as we've already talked about, the geopolitical situation has meant that there are absolutely a rise in nation-state activity. I think that is already absolutely well documented in the public domain, so I think that is going to increase, given the geopolitical situation that we see, especially when thinking about the election situation as well. I want to come back to something that Gary was saying, which is that also creates what we often describe as a blast radius, which is that the potential flow-down impact into unwitting organizations that get caught by some of that activity. As it stands to reason, as the volume of the nation-state activity increases, then that volume means that there are others that get involved through supply chains and through other related activity. It is quite often unintended. The consequences of some of these are unintended, less so now than it used to be. But that is a very real issue that I think is going to rise as well. So I don't think it's just about nation-state activity increasing. I think there will be a flow-down impact, and we have to be very vigilant in business. Our customers always thinking about how we reassess risk against that in that backdrop.
Do you think companies and governments are prepared?
I think that we are always reconsidering and re-looking at risk. I think it's really what we've already mentioned a bit here, Dorrit and Gary, about the tempo. And I say that word quite carefully in terms of the pace at which we have to do things in comparison to the threat actors. That's what's increasing. Now, I know we're going to talk a little bit more about AI in a minute, but that, I think, is the big thing that is going to change the tempo at which we have to reassess and reconsider the risk that we're facing and how we respond to that. That is what I think is really going to change.